And that's not good. Yeah, unfortunately this one's gonna fall the other way. Yep. We're still cleaning up the wood line, preparing for our fence project with the Kioti NX4510 and some hand tools, and we have some tree work to do today, unfortunately. But before we do that, we're going to check on our seedlings, and we're going to feed the chickens. Oh, we got a lot of eggs. So those white eggs are duck eggs. We got 2 ducks, only one's a female. It looks like they want out right now, so hopefully they'll stay. I do have the door open. They're kind of a pain in the butt to get back in, but it looks like they're going for that fresh grass. So let me go ahead and close this before they get too skittish. That is not what I wanted to have happen. Let's see if we can chase them back in. They want all the fresh stuff outside. I just gave you fresh stuff inside, man. That wasn't that bad. That was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. Normally they'll run around the little chicken coop about 4 or 5 times before they come back in. So, anyway. All the brown eggs, obviously chicken eggs. Then we get those white eggs that are duck eggs. And we do give a lot of these away. We don't eat them every single morning, but it's even with 4 chickens or 3 chickens and a duck, they lay 1 every day. So we thought we were getting them at the end of last year and they wouldn't be laying till this time this year, but they have been, once they got to laying age, they have been laying the entire time. So luckily for us, we've had an abundance of chicken and duck eggs. Normally we do a lot better cleaning these out every other day. So we have way too many eggs. It's probably about 18. Alright, chickens are happy, I'm happy. Let's get in the woods and start assessing these trees and what we're going to have to do to take care of them. You have a chainsaw. I know that's what you're thinking. I have a chainsaw, so why am I spending time sharpening an axe? Well, there's a lot of very good reasons you don't want to use a chainsaw in certain situations, and this is definitely one of them behind me. See, these trees are rotten. Anytime you have rotten, diseased, or dying trees, most of the time it's caused by dead decaying stuff. Dead decaying stuff brings in bugs that like to eat that stuff, whether it be termites, ants, or any other beetle infestations. And I'm not sure which one we're dealing with behind me, but in all of those scenarios, you're dealing with dirt that has been brought up most of the time to the center of the trunk. That's not something you want on a chainsaw blade. If you know anything about chainsaws, you know the quickest way to dull one is to hit it in the dirt, and it only takes about that long. So I don't want to spend all day sharpening the chainsaw blade, so I'll sharpen the axe. That's one good reason. The other reason is with a chainsaw, you have to have on hearing protection and things like that, and you can't really hear what's going on around you if you're running a chainsaw and the top starts breaking off a different way because of the vibrations, or things are falling in a manner that you don't expect. That's just not what I like to do, especially when I'm out here working by myself. So sharpen the old axe. Sometimes it's good to work with old tools, and sometimes it's good to do things the old-fashioned way. This is definitely one of them. So we got a couple of these rotten trees we need to take care of. I don't want to use a chainsaw. We're going to use the double-sided axe and get to chopping. So you still want to use a little bit of protection. I'm going to have the helmet on just in case something does fall down, that my head will be protected along with the face shield. I don't want any of this stuff, chips flying back in my face. So we're going to try to get this one done behind me. Then we got about 5 or 6 more down during the wood line that I don't want to necessarily run the tractor up to, the Kioti NX4510 up to, and potentially risk the top breaking off and coming through the cab of the tractor. So that's another risky venture that you may want to think about before you get involved with. So we're going to take care of some of these trees. Hope you guys enjoy this. Come along for the ride. Well, that's one down. Only about 10 more to go. All right, now this is kind of the stuff that we're dealing with. One of the diseases that's kind of plaguing this little backwood area. I don't know what this stuff is. It looks like some type of bacterial or fungal, or if you're one of those experts, let me know in the comments below. This is a pine tree. It's got some, looks like almost pinkish, whitish stuff growing between the bark. Both the tops on these trees have died, and we got one right behind the other. So what I'm going to attempt to do is fell it this way. That way I can fell the one right behind it, right on top of it, in this little clearing that we cleared out the other day with the Kioti. So let's get back to chopping. One thing you always want to pay particular attention to, especially when you're working around brush, is where you're at, where your swing is. That way, in case anything does start coming down before you expect it, you have the ability to get out of the way. Like I said, most of the stuff is rotten on the inside, so the unpredictability is kind of off the charts. So let's try not to die while chopping this tree down, yeah? Alright, that's enough Paul Bunyan for one day. We're going to break out the chainsaw. They aren't as rotten as I thought. Just know that if you are cutting into, these are just dead trees. They actually do have some decent solidity to the trunks left, so I think we're safe. Just know that if you're cutting into rotten trees, your chainsaw blade is going to dull nearly instantaneously. So I don't have all day. I'm already getting calluses on the 2 that we've cut down, so let's break out the chainsaw and get the rest of these down. Man, that was like a perfect parallel fall. So it's almost like I've done that before. This is typical of what you'll see when you have a bunch of diseased trees, is you'll see a bunch that have fallen down over the years. They're just going to rot back into the earth. But the real problem is the ones that are still standing. And you can see we've got a cluster of small trees. They're only about 6 inches or less, but they all have, maybe that one there to the left, this guy right here, it's about a 8 or 10 inch tree, but you can see they're real close together. They're never going to get any bigger than they are. Obviously they're already dead, so we need to go ahead and take care of those while we can. And then we're going to come in with the chainsaw, cut all this down, because we got a bunch of stuff that's kind of leaning over stuff, and some that is still Widowmaker territory. So if those things start falling when you're under them, they can cause you some pain. So we're going to try to get all this stuff cut up, cut down, and then all this corner over here is cleared out. We're going to get, this is the corner of the property outside where we already kind of pushed that one big brush pile. So we're going to get in here and thin this out as best we can, give the remaining alive trees a little bit more room to actually continue to grow. So let's go ahead and get busy with that. Alright, now that I got everything laid down on the ground for the most part, I don't feel like if I cut these trees down, everything else is going to come down on top of me. So that's kind of how you want to approach this from a safety perspective, especially working alone. You don't want something else to take out a whole bunch of other stuff that's being hung up and cause injury to you or others around you. So we got these 3 little trees here. I think it's safe. We're going to go ahead and try to knock those down. The old MS-180, purring like a kitten. So let's get busy. Well, it was purring like a kitten until it ran out of gas. what I don't like. I've got the mouth cut right here, I've got the back cut, and it's leaning back that way, which is the way I have to go to get the wedge. So, not ideal. Head on a swivel. And that's not good. Yeah, unfortunately this one's gonna fall the other way. Win some, you lose some. Yep. And she's hung. Awesome. Alright guys, I'm going to wrap this episode up right here. We got everything down. It's in kind of a safe position to come in here with the Kioti NX4510 with the grapple bucket from Titan Implements and start cleaning all these fallen trees up. And I'm going to do that on another episode, so if you want to see that, just go ahead and click that thumbs up button, click that subscribe button, turn on your bell notifications, that way you get notified just as soon as I get around to posting that video. Leave me some encouraging comments below. I'll see you guys on the next episode. If you're going to do this stuff on your property, wear the proper safety gear, the hard hat with face protection, the earring protection, and of course chaps. Chaps will save your life. They're not going to prevent an injury. A lot of people get that misconstrued. They think that it's a suit of armor and they're impermeable to chainsaw cuts. That is not true whatsoever. It's only going to save your life. You still probably have to go to the hospital, but you'll live. Whereas if you didn't have them on, you're probably going to go to the hospital and you got a good chance of not living. So if you want to pick up any of these products that I'm using, I'll have links in the description below. Anything you do use on those affiliate links, we do get a small commission from. You don't have to buy anything from those links itself. If you don't want to buy the chaps, if you've already got a set that you like, congratulations. Continue to use them. Stay safe, stay alive, continue working and improving your property. If you already have a hard hat, same kind of thing. If you don't, go ahead and use the links in the description below. But if you don't need any of that stuff whatsoever, but you still have stuff to buy on Amazon, click one of the links. As long as it takes you to the Amazon website, from that link you can buy whatever you want, and we still get a small commission from that. So a little goes a long way. I appreciate each and every one of you who do that. All that goes to buy gas and files to sharpen the chainsaw and car parts and everything else around here. So that is much appreciated. I appreciate you guys as always, and until next time, thanks for watching this one.